Hello, RoahmMythril here once again, and sometimes you just need to relax and watch some rubber ducks. So, that's what we're doing. This is going to be just kind of a talky bit video just to discuss some things that have been going on, and in the background we're going to have Placid Plastic Duck Simulator playing. It's kind of just a relaxation sort of experience where, yeah, you just watch a pool get filled with rubber ducks. It's oddly hypnotically soothing. I found out about this from watching Vinny over at Vinesauce play this, and there is a certain strangeness in the fact that Vinny has now inspired me to get two different games on Steam. One being this, and the other being World of Horror. Make of that disparity what you will. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, so we have our controls here. I think we'll just sit back in the beach chair for now. And we have a duck. And a very nice pool. So yeah, we'll just see what all shows up in the meantime. So yeah, life has been a bit on the busy side as of late. As it often is. We had a good Thanksgiving, Halloween was nice. My uncle gets super into Halloween, and we do a bunch of decorating. He actually got one of those 10-foot skeletons from Home Depot, and I helped him put that together. That was really fun. I had a great time with that. He also got a bunch of smaller prop skeletons that we were talking about doing this thing of having like a setup of them carrying a coffin with something trying to get out, but we didn't have time to actually set it up, but hey, maybe next year. So, like I said, Thanksgiving was good, though we did have a bit of a problem that our water went out again, like 2 days before Thanksgiving. I don't really know what was wrong with it. Thankfully, my uncle was able to fix it before Thanksgiving, but, yeah, that was a thing. I think the biggest thing that's been going on at home, though, I've talked about this over on my social media. I don't know if I've actually mentioned it in a video. So, those who have been following me for a while know that at this point, my house, we only have 3 people here. It's me, my uncle, and my cousin. And my cousin, he started having major memory issues. He would kind of forget things he was told, but more troubling is he would have dissociative episodes, where it was like he was convinced that he still lived in the house he used to live in when he was just a kid. And it would take him a moment to kind of realize, oh wait, no, that's not right. So we took him to the family doctor. We have a new duck here. Kind of a missing texture duck. At least I think that's what it is. It's got like the grid markings with the little placeholder icons in it, like a broken image. So, yeah, we took my cousin to the family doctor, just a general practitioner, and he did some tests there, but they couldn't really handle that. All they could really do was give those basic tests and suggest a specialist. So we took him to the specialist, and unfortunately confirmed that he is suffering from Alzheimer's. So that has been a big thing that we've had to adjust to. Not only the fact that he has Alzheimer's, but also learning how to cope with that, how to care for him during that. Which, it's been a learning experience, and we're not fully there yet. You know, we're still kind of learning how to deal with it. Alzheimer's, unfortunately, is something that there isn't really a cure for it. So all the specialist was able to say really is, you know, we can run more tests, but that's about all we can do. And so my cousin decided to just kind of let it run its course. So that's basically where we are, is just keeping him as comfortable as we can and just taking things a day at a time. It does make things a little difficult as far as anytime I specifically have to go out. You know, it's just a way of things. So, like, for example, anytime I need to do shopping for, like, computer stuff or whatever, I try and do so online just to make things a bit easier. But times like where I have to go to one of my own doctor appointments, that starts causing a problem, because we don't want to leave my cousin here by himself as much as we can help it, but I also am still not licensed to drive. I don't even know what's going on at the DMV these days, or what I would have to do to get licensed again. It's probably going to be a thing, something I have to do eventually, but yeah, put it this way. I had made it a New Year's resolution to get licensed to drive again. Unfortunately, the year in question was 2020, so yeah, that did not go well. That one looks a little lighter than our starting duck. Oh, it has a little band-aid on it, poor thing. But yeah, so I don't know, like, do I have to apply for a learner's permit again to get some driving experience? I'm sure as long as I've been unlicensed, I would have to do a driving test again. But I really have no idea what they're doing at this point. But I did have to go out recently for my yearly doctor checkup to get my blood work done so I can get all my meds refilled. Which, that was its own bit of a thing. The health portal site that they want me to do everything through rarely ever contacts me about anything. Like, when I put in refill requests, it just becomes a coin flip as to whether or not it goes through. They don't tell me if they fill it, they don't tell me if they don't fill it. And that was also about how they handled me trying to make an appointment. So, the appointment ended up getting delayed by a week. I went in 3 days before Thanksgiving, and my normal doctor wasn't there because she was on break, so I had to explain everything to a new doctor who honestly just kind of felt like she was just trying to get through the backlog as quickly as she could. Here's your hat, what's your hurry, kind of thing. But I got the blood work done, I got my meds refilled, all that sort of stuff. The big problem is I am no longer insured. The company decided to just jack up the cost of my monthly health insurance by over $1,000 per month, which I don't have that kind of money, I just can't afford that. And so that causes its own further problems because, well, there's a particular medicine that I'm on that, as long as I'm insured, it's $20 a month, no big deal. Without insurance, that's over $1,000 a month. So again, I can't afford it. So I've been off of that particular medicine since, I think, March or April of this year. So that's kind of a bit of a thing. Hopefully I can get reinsured before too much longer. I know it's something we're working on as best we can, but things are so busy around here that honestly finding time to do much of anything is a problem. And I got a third rubber duck, apparently. Let's see what this one is. Are you, like, just made of dirt, or you were a potato, maybe? I'm really not sure on that one. But it is another duck friend. So another thing that has been going on is we recently ended up with another kitten. Another abandoned kitten. It's another thing about living out in the middle of nowhere that I honestly hate, and that is the fact that you just kind of become a beacon for every irresponsible owner out there that just wants to abandon a pet but doesn't want to have to face, like, bringing it to a no-kill shelter or anything like that, and admitting, yeah, we can't actually take care of this pet. So they just kind of drive by, drop it off here in the middle of the night, and that's how we've gotten all our pets over the years, basically. Pretty much all of the pets we currently have all showed up as strays. My mom, when she was here, she could never say no to a stray. She had a huge heart. I always respected that about her. And so we took in so many stray cats and dogs over the years, and we kind of still do. But yeah, twice now we have had a little tiny kitten abandoned here. Like, so small they haven't even been properly weaned. And it's just very upsetting that people would do that. But here we are. Oh, that one's getting close to the slide, actually. Are you going down? Yes, you are. Into the VIP pool with you. Into the private pool. Lovely. So, yeah, the new kitten, kind of a funny thing about that, I took to calling it Little One because it was just such a tiny kitten when it showed up. I talked about it over on Twitter, and people suggested that Wow, back already? Okay. I expected you to be stuck down there a little bit longer. I'm trying to talk here. So, over on social media, I talked about the new kitten and the fact that I had taken to calling it Little One. And so someone suggested I name it Cereza, after Bayonetta, because the term Little One comes up a lot there. And so I did so. And then we found out the kitten was a boy. Oops. But yeah, we're giving the kitten as good of a life as we can. He seems perfectly content and is a very affectionate little thing. Quite adorable. It's a proton duck. But yeah, basically real life has just been kind of taking things one day at a time. And it kind of, everything happening all at once there. Like dealing with my cousin's episodes, dealing with the new kitten, dealing with a bunch of medical stuff going on. As it is tomorrow at the time of recording this. Tomorrow is my uncle's yearly checkup. And then right after that, my cousin has to go to a foot doctor. So a lot of medical stuff happening. So just getting through it as best we can, taking things a day at a time, and it's had me in kind of a bad headspace, but I am starting to feel better, so I'm hoping to work on more stuff now. So on that subject, getting on to video project stuff. I am still working on Cuphead, because I've got the one last video to work on with Cuphead for now, and that is doing all of the fights that have secret phases. Of course, I'm stubborn, and trying to get A+ ranks on that. Which, so far, I have 2 of the 4 done. One of the ones I haven't done yet, I've actually played it before over on the Switch version, so like, I know the ins and outs of the secret phase. Unfortunately, it makes the already hardest part of the fight even harder, and I think it also makes it longer because you actually outright skip a phase doing this. The other one is the fight that I hadn't seen before. It's one of the DLC bosses. So I hadn't seen the secret phase to that one yet, so it's a learning process. I did record my learning process for it. End result was an A-. I got hit once, and I took too long. But I think I can get that one without too much trouble. But yeah, I'm working on that where I can, but such is the thing with challenge runs. They can take a while sometimes. Such was how, like, perfect runs are, for example. You can end up working on one of those for, like, I think some of the perfect runs took me upwards of 2 weeks apiece. And so I'd be working on that and not really have much to show for it. So, yeah, challenge runs, by their very definition, can be stressful and can be problematic when you're just trying to get content done. But, you know, I kind of feel like I need to do it with this. I need to get those A+ ranks. There was someone, I won't be naming any names, but there was somebody who actually pressured me on doing projects that weren't challenge runs. Like, that's all I'm ever allowed to do, and, no? A very literal wood duck. But yeah, just... basically, it was this thing that I'm only ever allowed to do challenge runs, I should never just do a straight normal LP, everything must be a challenge, and they took it very personally that I just sometimes want to do a casual LP, share a game that I enjoyed as a kid, something like that. It was a mess. But these days, working on something like that, it's a bit trickier to find time to do so just because it's trickier to find time in general. Like, I don't know if it's the change in my computer or my audio setup or what, but for example, gunfire from the family business does pick up on my headset now. I don't think it used to, but I definitely notice it these days, so I can't really do any recording early on in the day. I have to wait for the shop to be closed. I also have the chore now of feeding all of the pets, which usually takes around a half hour to get around to all of them. So things are a bit busier for me than they used to be, but I'm trying to find as much time as I really can. which also causes kind of a stress feedback loop because I feel like I should constantly be working on stuff for the channel, but if I do that, I'm just gonna burn out. And like I had a huge period of that last year. So I'm trying to find a better balance of working on channel stuff, but also just doing self-care, doing things I want to do. But as far as channel stuff, the current schedule, what I want to do is finish that last Cuphead video and then get back to Battle Network 5. Because obviously, that's been sitting for a while. When the Cuphead DLC came out, then people were asking me to get that done. So I went over to that during a break point in Battle Network, but yeah, I need to get back to that too. As far as personal relaxation, I've mostly been playing Pokemon Violet as of late. I started with Quaxly. I love Quaxly's final form. It looks really good. I very much enjoy all the new breeds. The gameplay itself, it does some things I really like, it does some things I'm not as much of a fan of, but overall I am enjoying my time with the game. So yeah, I've been having fun with that. It did come in the middle of me playing Persona 5 Royal, so hopefully I remember how to play that when I get back to it, and what I was doing and everything. I also ended up getting Bayonetta 3, but I haven't had a chance to touch that one just yet. But I am looking forward to that. Also looking forward to the upcoming holidays, doing all the Christmas decorating, all that good stuff. I really get into that. Let's see, what are you? You're a clown. Yes, yes you are. Clown Duck. But yeah, like I get into the holiday decorating, especially around Christmas. We have a tradition that spawns back, like, to when I was really young, like, I mean 6 years old, where my mum, when she was still with us, way back then, she made an advent calendar for me. She'd always been very into arts and crafts, and she made this big wooden Christmas tree advent calendar for me. And every year she would make a set of little handmade wooden ornaments to put on it. She told me once she didn't think I'd really keep up with those ornaments, but I did through the years. I always safely put them away and just kept up with the collection throughout the years, and so I ended up with a bunch of ornaments she made for me over the years. She'd like keep track of what my interests were over that last year to start basing some ornaments off of. She'd make ornaments of new pets that came into our lives, things like that. And so I just have this big collection that these days what we do is we still put up the advent calendar just in her memory, and I hang up all the ornaments that she gave me over the years on the walls outside my room. And I'm just glad to be able to keep her memory alive in that way. That means a lot to me. But that, I think, is basically everything that's been going on, everything major in real life, what all's been going on, what all's been getting in the way and everything. So, at this point, I want to take a moment to plug my good friend Neo. Those who have been with me for a while know that Neo has done a lot of artwork on my channel. He has been responsible for a lot of the title cards on some of my projects. Things like the Spyro projects, Pikmin. He made the end title card I was using for Metroid 2 with the Duck Hunt theme. He's done the Refreshing Pause cards for various projects. So yeah, he has done a lot. He has added so much life to my projects. And he's trying to get his name out there to start doing commission work. And so he's been posting a bunch of his work over on Twitter. But also there's been kind of the scare of, is Twitter not long for this world, given some things that have happened. So he's also been trying to revive his Tumblr account. So I'm going to put links to both his Twitter and his Tumblr in the video description here, so definitely go check him out, give him some love and support. If you would, just like and most importantly reblog or retweet some of his work to just kind of spread the word about him. I also want to give a sincere thanks and shout out to a bunch of my good friends who have kind of been keeping me sane. Though first, let's take a look at this fireman duck here. That's a very sharp outfit. I like it. Wonder if the 143 means anything specific. But yes, I just want to give a shout out to good friends who were there for me in some very rough times over the years, people who've been keeping me sane during stressful times. So my most sincere thanks to Kit, Pink, Chompy, Ark, Cutman Mike, Neo, Ultrax, 128 Up, Cheese, Sekibanki, VG Paul, Buckshot Boo 24, Vermilion Zero, Snuggly Squid, Jerome Kire, Slicks, Lucky Owl, John Koseth, B Dolphin, CRB Wildcat, and Zwatakeda. I really want to give a shout out to all of you. You guys have been super important in my life. I appreciate you all so much. I also want to extend a very sincere thank you to all my viewers and fans. Thank you for the support over the years. Thank you so much for those of you who are supporting me over on Patreon. I am eternally grateful for your continued support, and I hope to make it worth your while. But that's pretty much all I wanted to get out there, so I hope you enjoyed this casual duck video, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. Also ducks, they are relaxing.